and welcome to the table. Today we're on episode 49. Holy God, we've done 49 sessions of this streamed. Can you believe it? Almost to 50. Welcome to the table. I hope you all taking care of yourselves, drinking plenty of water. If you do not have water at your desk right now, please go and get some because there's probably going to be some pre-talk anyways. Hopefully an interesting game tonight. We'll be hopping to the table. Just as a mini announcement, I did just purchase my first house. Or in the process thereof. I'm currently in underwriting. So the next couple of months might be a little weird as far as scheduling. I don't really stream more than this game as is. But thank you for that. I appreciate it. There's the sound. But hopefully moving in the next couple of months, getting a house set up, and I will have an office and I won't be sitting in my bedroom. And maybe I'll set up a Tesla cam so you can all see my pet snake be my pet snake. That may or may not be a cat. Either rate, let's go ahead and load up the table, get everybody in here, and if you're on YouTube, let's just do the stupid YouTube thing. Like and subscribe. Ow. Well, you're getting the YouTube thing anyways. Like and subscribe, follow me on Twitch, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool, let's go live. We're live, by the way.
Hooray!
Hello! Okay. Hello! I am not a Pokemon, and Taya is a co-streamer. If you have not watched them over in Twitchland, go find them at... I'm going to put the link in the chat. YouTube, it's right there. It's right there, YouTube. See it right there? Beerus. That was on the cheek, man. Careful with that cheese. I'm being harassed by people. Oh, that was Sylvancore that got me at the tennis ball.
Ah. Good job, Beerus.
Okay, so Twitch seizured a little bit for me in that it had your stream titled as Dosco.
Dosco?
Yeah, apparently the well, in my followed channels, Dosco TV is right above you.
Oh, interesting. It's Twitch. It's probably made out of noodles.
Yeah.
Ramen packets specifically, because why would Amazon put any more money into it?
Yeah, I mean, they're not willing to pay people, so...
Low swings! Low swings! And YouTube is a corporate entity.
Yep.
Remember, YouTube is now a curse word, and we will use it as such. So make sure out there not to be a YouTube.
At some point, we should probably get into the habit of changing Dungeons & Dragons into something else, considering the fiasco with Hasbro.
Wait, what have they done now?
Oh, it's just the
DMCA thing, which, yeah, we did a whole podcast on it. In case you didn't see, check it out in the YouTube channel.
So I thought they had done something new.
No, this is...
No, just the OGL thing.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, at least they said, you know what, we're not changing anything. Okay, fine, we're not changing it. I can, at least they had... Yeah, it's like, we're going to watch you very, very carefully.
It's the, just because they're just trying to appease people for the time being. They tried to be sneaky about it and, throw it at us unexpectedly and failed. That's probably what they'll do again.
But yeah, probably.
We have a whole podcast on that. So,
yep, we had an entire discussion. It doesn't need to be rehashed
for now.
Oh, no.
Well, until something new happens.
I mean, look, there's about 30 other rants that we could go on at this point in time. It just depends on what people want me to go off on, apparently, because apparently people are literally willing to watch me go off in those tangents.
I mean, ranting is an art form.
Yeah, but do I really want to be another salty fuck in the internet? I'm already another salty fuck in the internet. Should we do a recap?
Yeah, I suppose.
Please.
Story time with Darren. Intro, go! The cheese is getting me today. You could just hear the sound of it hitting me in the face. Darren, the floor is yours. Damn it! I'm gonna be cheesed all night. All your Darren, before I get more cheesed.
We kindly ask the audience to cease cheesing the DM for this period of time.
Dangerously cheesy.
Yeah, I don't want to cheat a living in my house. Please stop.
You guys, you're not going to be able to see it. Okay, I can hear it. That's good enough. Right then. Last session was 48. Reference, return, and artifacts. After the letters collected within the ruins are read, Darren notes that they're likely dealing with the remainder of some love story tragedy. He also notes that it's likely these events occurred close to when the miasma appeared. As Minuet considers what he's learned during the reading, he pulls out several chunks of ore and scrap, leaving it in a pile just beyond the camp. Moving over to some nearby large boulders, the fox utilizes his rope of knots to create a watchtower hammock so he can be comfortable and keep watch for the night. While his companions sleep, the kitsune occasionally hears the ticking sound of the automata that is observing them. Now and then he catches a glimpse of what is watching, leaving him a bit frazzled. Periodically, Minuet checks on the pile of scrap he left behind, but sees no change. This is in spite of the fact he has heard the mechanical noise over there several times during the night. In any glimpses of the figure, it seems to be wearing a black cloak and has antlers or a helm with antlers that are reminiscent of the statue in the ruin. Otherwise, the watcher is vaguely humanoid-shaped. By morning, as the sun rises, the ticking and whirring becomes less and less close to the camp. The fox notices multiple on the perimeter of the camp and near the scrap pile, telltale signs that confirm the presence of the watching creature. Once the others begin to awaken, Minuet descends from his comfy watch hammock and reels the rope back in. Heaving out an exhausted sigh, the fox flops near where the campfire used to be. Darren tilts his head, asking if his friend is all right. Minuet relays the consistent presence of the thing all night. Cirrus calls the fact it didn't attack the crew in the night a point in the direction of it not being hostile, a point Darren tactlessly refutes with a yet, referring to it not wanting to kill the crew at the moment. Checking on the scrap pile, Minuet finds nothing taken or splattered with gold wax and puts it all back in his bag. Darren checks the vial of gold wax for degradation, and after finding none, goes to try replaying the golden tracks. Disturbingly enough, the images of the observer don't show it moving, simply there, and then not. However, the observer is an automaton, one that doesn't look quite right. It has antlers, is humanoid, was at least masterwork at some point, and has an oily sheen to its metal limbs. Underneath the cloak covering its form, it also appears to be wearing a tabard as well, information that Darren doesn't relay until Minuet catches his attention, saying, "Gold for your thoughts?" The dragonkin also notes it seems to be teleporting or shifting between planes when it leaves its tracks. While the crew ponder this, a few plans are made just in case they must stay another night. Soon the crew enter through the front of the ruin, cautiously exploring once more. Upon reaching the statue, they find a note in golden letters at its base saying, "Take not." There are other golden smears that look like the golem tried to communicate further, but could not figure it out. Minuet darts off to check his previously laid caltrops and tripwire down the side hall, finding them surprisingly intact compared to his other tripwire. Darren, meanwhile, makes for the large doors they have not yet gone through. On the doors is another note. They sleep, but they wake. My altar. And it cuts off due to a lack of room. The phrase seems to refer to the dead waking or rising again at some point, a historically known phrase that often means undead. Darren muses on the potential corruption of the sanctity of this place, Cirrus stating that it's not out of the question that the mist warped any spells in place to sanctify corpses. So while what lies ahead is probably a place where the saints and martyrs of this ruin were once laid to rest, they probably rest no more. Minuet comes back from collecting his supplies and asks if they're going to open the door. Darren nods and moves to the door, knocking 3 times and announcing the Lunar Nimbus crew before slowly opening them. The quartet have revealed before them a large, vaulted ceiling hall with multiple alcoves on either side and an altar at the back wall. 6 large pillars hold up this great hall of the dead, granting it stability. The ceiling is rent by a winding crack, allowing wind and light to seep into what was once a sacred place. The Skald steps further into the hall, allowing his blah words, sorry, getting ahead of my brain, followed by his companions as they gaze about this place of reverence. Minuet attempts to detect a construct, but senses none. Briefly, Darren ponders if he should prepare to make a magic circle, since if undead would be present, then a circle against unlife would be useful. The others agree, even as Darren looks around, walking over to one of the sarcophagi that lie in the alcoves. Strangely, the plaque on this one is in Dwarven, and seems to be for a healer of some sort. Minuet moves over to Darren as the dragonkin expresses confusion over the language choice, making more theories. Ixidras and Cirrus continue to watch the hall in case of danger, the captain spotting some sort of effigy of Serenirian toward the back by the altar, standing there, as if ever watching the hall. Moving closer, Ix warily watches the effigy that stands behind the altar, noting the altar itself has a space where a weapon might be placed. The effigy is cloaked, but while it resembles the statue seen earlier, something about it is off. Cirrus takes note of the altar and effigy, moving closer than Ix to better observe the fixtures. Unfortunately, she doesn't know terribly much about this space or altar. Minuet suggests to Darren they proceed to look at the other sarcophagi, just as Cirrus asks for assistance on her end. As he moves up, Darren notices the effigy is not an effigy, but the golem itself. Minuet also notices this, expressing concern toward Darren and Cirrus being so close to it. As Darren observes the altar, he relays what he knows of Serenirian himself, then looks at the effigy asking for confirmation. When he receives no response, he thanks the automata for its aid yesterday. Then the golem is gone, and in its place is a note, which Darren picks up. The note is in Sylvan, so he begrudgingly gives it to Minuet to read. It's a somewhat confusing note, since it addresses Amon, rather than someone already in the other notes they had collected. The note also begs any who might find it to leave the dead in peace, and if need be, allow the ruin to fade from memory. Looking at the box on the altar, Darren lightly pries it open. I used lightly twice here. Seeing a golden figurine of a jackal humanoid with the same name, Amon, on its base. Asking his friends for a moment while he observes the figurine, Darren requests Minuet to take down the text that is on the sarcophagi's plaques without disturbing the dead. After a bit of nudging from the fox, he gives Minuet some paper and charcoal to take direct rubbings from the plaques. Well, direct, given the fox has some tricks to not directly interact with the sarcophagi himself while he does so. Insert clip with Era stating about the undead side-eyeing if that's heresy or not.
It's heresy? No, it's okay. It's all good.
I'm not touching you.
While Minuet does this, Darren proceeds to make a sketch of the golden figurine. The Kitsune gingerly utilizes his legerdemain magics to take the rubbings, one by one, doing each sarcophagus in each alcove. When Darren finishes his sketch, he kneels before the altar and offers a prayer before the crew leave the hall of the vaunted dead. Passing by the Serenirian statue, the crew notices the bracers are gone, only to find them at the entrance of the ruins, laying there, as if a gift from the automata, Amon. Darren takes up the bracers and accepts the gift, while Minuet begins winding twine about a pair of pillars such that they might be torn down from a central location. Rather than triggering the teardown, Minuet leaves it in case the golem wishes to collapse the antechamber and entrance to the ruin. The Lunar Nimbus crew head out from the ruin, having collected the stories that Darren was looking for and more. While they make good time, the crew must, once again, make camp as night falls. The bracers are eventually identified for what they do and handed off to Ixidras, as she has no true armor to speak of. The bracers act as +2 bracers of armor and allow the wearer to cast Battering Blast once per day at 5th level, making them quite useful for the sorceress. Having no name for them, Ix names the bracers Amon's Gift. Darren decides it is his turn to keep watch, casting the spell on himself and shooing his companions off to sleep in their tents. During the night, he hears some sort of screaming sound and multiple popping noises. Furrowing his brow, the dragonkin warily looks around, recognizing the sound of a scree-pop crab swarm. And it sounds like it's coming toward the camp. Hearing it coming from the southwest, Darren starts by awakening Cirrus from within her tent. Pulling back out of the tent, he spots a shifting, wobbling tower of crabs screeing and occasionally one from the bottom popping and appearing back at the top. Darren calls for Ix and Minuet to awaken as the undulating mass approaches. They hurriedly dress and drag themselves from the tent. Minuet begins to perform to help stoke the mood of his otherwise groggy allies. The entire mound suddenly teleports on top of Cirrus, only for her to roll out of her tent just in time to avoid many pinches. Not to say it saves the inside of her tent. Having none of these shenanigans, Ixodras suddenly conjures an ice storm just over Cirrus's tent, collapsing it and demolishing the scree pops with a full minute of Arctic assault. With a disgruntled sigh, Cirrus agrees to take the next watch, since Darren's spell to keep him up has now failed.
F in chat for the tent, by the way.
Yep.
F indeed. Thankfully enough for the tiefling, the rest of the night is uneventful, allowing the crew to otherwise rest up. In the morning, some of the crab carcasses are shoveled into a haversack for safekeeping before the crew go back to their rendezvous point. On reaching it, Darren sends up his sending stone to contact Ix's father to come pick them up. Thankfully, her dad doesn't do a half-bad job of landing, and comes out to proudly tell them he learned how to make cookies, even though Dat says they taste terrible. Apparently, Ix's father got Dat to cry by trying to convince the noodle to mass-produce his muffins. The crew bored, Darren asking the captain to take the ship up as soon as possible while he goes to console Dat. Minuet and Cirrus aren't far behind, brightening the rope noodle's spirits with the gift of crab meat. Given the crew is now in possession of a very nifty artifact table and still need to drop off Ixodras's father at home, they recalculate their near-future flight plans. Turning the Lunar Nimbus around, the crew begin a journey back to Sean McTire's smithy, and after that, they intend to bring Ix's father back to Lurbank. During this traversal, Minuet steals away with the artifact to try crafting with it in the specially treated crafting room. The Kitsune gets the assistance of Cirrus, and they find the table can keep metal at a temperature that is moltable but not molten, at least when functioning properly. This means Minuet can process the large amounts of materials he has into what some may call a mechanical nightmare. With the assistance of Cirrus, the Kitsune ends up creating an artifact, one that appears to take the shape of an automata dragonling. It is capable of shifting into a shield and makes little ticka-ticka noises that seem to make it happy. This catches the attention of Minuet's patron, Vertilax, who seems to take a keen interest in what his erstwhile acolyte is doing with this strange table. Unfortunately for Ixodras, she has a rough time driving through the weather on the way back towards the Hampton Preserve. Enough so that she gives up one day and spends her time below deck. Darren, for his part, is performing spell research, as he has been for many of the trips.
Gotta do something with all that sky time.
I mean, He's not willing to relax. When the Lunar Nimbus arrives at Sean's Island, his forge is currently flying a flag that says, "I'm sorry, druids, I didn't do it." As they disembark, Cirrus tells Minuet to show Sean the shield they made to illustrate that they, being quote-unquote, chuckle ducks, managed to make that with it. We're within the first 30 minutes, okay?
It's fine.
I thought it was the first 15 minutes, and we got what, 35 subscribers over in YouTube. So unless people are sharing this content,
I'm being conscientious. Anyway, the table is carried out in front of Sean's forge, and Darren, being Darren, shouts that they have a proposition for him. The door is kicked open, and at first it seems like the smith is going to shoot the crew until he realizes who it is. After some explanation and argumentation, the crew are essentially given a day to decide what they want Sean to do for them in return for the crew giving him the table, and being allowed to use it whenever they need. It is also decided that later at the bar, the crew get the chance to tell Sean the involved story about the table and how the crew acquired it. During the transit between these points in time, Minuet makes an inquiry of Dat, the fox being shown sparkly crab cakes. Specifically, Minuet wants a name for the little dragon automata shield, though at first the shield stays as a shield just to be a bit of a little bucket when he attempts to show it off to the rope noodle.
We got a minute and 30 seconds left. We can make it.
Dad is confused why Minuet is coming to him to name it, though, even when told the shield is draconic. It comes down to what sort of meaning Minuet wants the name to have. Having built it to be something of a spiritual channel to help save Dat's own soul, Dat suggests Navnik, which means spirit, since all names should have a purpose. One is named not because, but for what they are. Thanking Dat, Minuet offers to let Dat hide in his room to avoid Ix's dad if he wants to. To which Dad agrees, but first he has to refry a turkey bear sandwich that he failed to fry originally due to Ix's father's pestering. Minuet then offers for Ix's father to come along to the bar where the crew will be meeting Sean, causing Darren to feel a chill go down his spine. Rushing up, the Dragonkin expresses concern over letting a businessman like Ix's dad around Sean, since Sean hates businessmen. Thankfully, with Ix's help and a decent bluff from Minuet and Darren, they avoid letting the captain's father learn about Sean McTire being who they were going to see at the bar. Entering the Rangers bar, it's not hard for the crew plus father to find Sean, since he's sitting at a table by himself for the most part, avoiding the Rangers.
Well, it's kind of also hard to miss a nine-tailed wolf who's basically all tail. By the way, 3, 2, 1. Fuck. There.
Unsurprisingly, Ix's father knows Sean on sight and suggests approaching him not a moment later. Ixadrass attempts to get her father to avoid sitting near Mr. McTire and try to make propositions for business at him. Thankfully, Sarah steps in and tells him their business with Sean is one that involves ambiguous debts. Still, in spite of warding off potential disaster, Cirrus and Ix can't help Ix's father wanting to shake Sean's hand. It seems Ix's sire admires Sean for messing with certain well-known companies. Minuet flicks the man the gold and tells him to get a drink, briefly delaying a potentially tense meeting. Of course, when the crew go to take a seat with Sean, Sean states he will not be shaking hands with Ix's dad. Minuet slyly notes that if they want to make a deal, they can bring over Ix's dad, or the smith can accept their gift. Sean downs an entire beer and mutters something about not realizing he'd be fighting anyone today. Darren notices that Sean's hands are wrapped up after fiddling with moldable metal by hand earlier, and asks if Sean is willing to throw punches. Maybe not punches, but he can kick.
He still threw punches.
Yes, he did. Ix's father finally comes over, and there's a brief outburst of frustration because Sean doesn't want to accept the table without paying the crew back, and in fact tells Ix's father to shut up when he deals with the Nimbus crew around him. Multiple ideas and suggestions and requests are tossed about, including potentially armor plating the Lunar Nimbus. The crew rather like the idea of plating their ship, given where they need to go next to deal with some siege engine-toting bandits. Though, as they touch on this and somewhat close the deal, Ix's father starts instigating with Sean. It gets to the point where Sean literally flips the table, flips Ix's father the bird, and storms out of the bar while shouting for the businessman to shut up. Even Minuet is using his powers of legerdemain to muffle Ix's father from continuing to complain about not getting things in writing or on paper. At this point, Darren is rather tense himself and needs a de-stressor after this particular conversation. Minuet, by some terrible miracle, manages to convince Darren to go fight Sean so they can both de-stress. Against what may be better judgment, Darren walks out of the bar and challenges the renowned smith to a fight. It takes a little goading and explaining before the two men begin throwing punches. There isn't much of a contest. Even though Darren starts by getting a few decent hits in, Sean's strength is magnitudes above his own in the pugilistic arena. Sean pulls no punches in spite of Darren intending to not use magic and only go with his fists. A silly bit of honor on the Dragonkin's part. Sean is using his magic in this fight, and as soon as Darren realizes this, he stops pulling his own punches, for all the good it does him, given how beaten up he is by that time. In the end, Sean puts Darren into the dirt and leaves him a bit of an imprint, the Dragon King quite unconscious by the smith's blows. Sean seems to have relaxed slightly, and is gracious enough to inform the rest of the crew he hasn't killed Darren. While Cirrus does heal Darren in a mount, the Dragonkin remains quite unconscious, rather knocked out for the time being by the smith. Minuet sighs and hefts Darren over one shoulder, starting to drag his friend back to the ship. After a few moments, Ix's father tries to help carry Darren, since Darren kind of got into the fight because of him. Minuet politely declines, continuing to drag his friend along. Ix's father asks his daughter if she's sure she doesn't want some sort of investment. The entirety of the conscious crew try to impress upon the businessman that they're thinking more on a global scale, keeping the table out of the hands of those that would abuse it. Conversation continues along the way to the Lunar Nimbus. All said, the outcome of the night is rather positive.
Yeah, Sean dropped the gloves the moment that somebody got a really good hit on him, and he didn't just like lean out of the way like he's used to. Somebody actually made contact, and it actually hurt, and he was like, well, all right then, this is what's happening.
Oh yeah, wasn't that first hit like freaking 20 points of damage or something?
Yeah, it was an actual solid hit. That's why
Yeah.
Sean dropped the gloves. Oh, the
It
tracker's being
was, I think it was like 10 to 15 points.
Still, it's more than most normal people would drop on him.
I mean, Darren's a ranger, though.
Man, I really need to get that tracker fixed. It looks really weird right now.
Oh no.
It's fine. I don't think
mine...
anybody minds.
Oh, wow. Yeah, the tracker, it busted. Weird.
It's fine.
no.
It'll update at some point in time. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I still have to overhaul before next game anyways. Me and Panda.
Oh.
Shoutouts to Panda, my programming friend. Do you really mind, Beers? Do you really mind?
Well, on the bright side, we have a week of Sean working on the ship now.
Yes, in the morning, I'm assuming, unless you guys want to do anything with that afternoon. Ow.
Minuet's gonna talk with his shield. Or talk at his shield. Whichever one.
It's probably more damn the cheese. It's probably more talking at the shield. Because it responds by going tick, 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 tick. Squee!
Okay.
Tick, 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 tick.
So now we have 2 party members who spend their off time talking to their armaments.
3.
3.
Darren may use Inkwell for rubber ducky purposes while doing research.
Fair enough. Which will result in Inkwell picking up a lot of information, I guess. 2 of us spend our off time trying to teach things to our armaments.
Are you saying Darren is a bad parent?
Possibly.
No, I'm saying that what Darren is doing, rubber duckying with Inkwell, is not like an explicit attempt to be like, okay, now here is why we don't murder babies.
He does that every night. He reads Inkwell's stories and tries to teach it morals.
And, well, okay, so you're doing that, but Minuet's doing the, okay, so here's a really funny joke you can play on someone.
Oh god, I gotta come up with pranks now as a DM. You guys are gonna go ahead and bring the ship over to Sean's in the morning. Unless you wanted to do something specific, Minuet.
No, not really.
Understood.
Aside from potentially offering Navnik some spaghetti at some point.
The spaghetti ends up on the wall because that's funny.
No, it's by spaghetti I mean a bowl of what is weapon cords.
Oh jeez. Expensive diet, you're gonna spoil it. Okay. Giving it expensive taste right away. You guys bring your thing over to Sean. When you guys enter the thing, Sean's there, you know he's there because he's got his flag up. Today it says, please don't. Just don't. Sean's going to look up. Looks like he's already started preparing. It looks like he's making a lot of little nails. And hooks. And he goes, all right, well...
Darren,
go ahead.
Is Darren conscious yet?
I should be.
Yes.
Once Darren's conscious, Cirrus will say, he says you're an asshole and his jaw hurts.
He's also an asshole and my everything hurts.
Cirrus will not let it be said that she did not pass along his message.
Ah, yes.
Somebody took notes. Sean just tells you guys that if you guys want to hang around, you can, but it's going to be boring today. He's going to be doing measurements and other things. He explains that he had to call several people before he got somebody that was willing to give him information on how to do this properly. He makes mention of something called the Masters Guild, which apparently is no longer a thing according to him. But he does offer his personal vessel to get back to the docks and where to park his personal vessel so his husband can come pick him up later. He does warn you that if you don't put a crystal in it, one of you is going to have to siphon magic into it to get it to power. And then he also tells you where the personal vessel to cross the lake is as well. And where to park that. He says he also has a map if you need a map, if that makes life easier, because he realizes that, telling you, just go a little bit north of this area and there's a little hidden elf cove is probably vague.
Oh yeah, that a map is definitely appreciated.
He will hand you a map.
Woo.
So Sean is basically letting us rent a skiff of his.
Yeah, he doesn't expect you guys to be able to get off of his little island to the main island and then across the lake, and his husband can come pick him up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fine.
So one of the things Cirrus will have done overnight is prepared a casting of Antall, just give Sean some extra lifting power while doing this, because he's probably going to be carrying a lot of shit today.
Not today specifically. He will let you know that's going to be about 2 days away because he's making the base hooks today and attaching them to the ship today and tomorrow.
Okay, well, she'll prepare Antall for him then, because she's not going to try to offer to help because she's going to get her ass beat if she does, probably.
Well,
and she's not going to offer to give any shortcuts. She's just going to offer help that makes things more efficient.
Efficiency is fine, and you could indeed help, but it's going to be the manual labor type of help, and that would be tomorrow.
Well, I mean, that's kind of in the category of getting her ass beat.
Yes. What do you tell Dat, by the way? And what are you guys doing with Ix's dad? Are you going to leave him on the ship, or are you going to bring him with?
Oh, no. We're going to bring the dad with. Dat is going to be given the option to stay on the ship if he wants, but it's probably going to be noisy.
Actually, an important question. Has Sean ever met Dat?
Nope, that's hidden. You've alluded to him, but they've never met.
Well, we should probably mention to Dat that Sean is a friend, and mention to Sean that Dat is a friend. Please don't kick him off of our ship.
Sean's response is he going to be in the way?
Hopefully
He'll
not.
be in the kitchen.
Then I
Probably
don't
in
care.
the cabinet.
Dad's
Well, tell him
response is, where's Ix's dad going?
With us.
Then I will stay here and make food in peace. Wow, phone. Nice timing on that.
After telling Dat that it might get a bit noisy as Sean works, Cirrus will, quote-unquote, helpfully inform Dat, I don't know, maybe it'll help you make noise muffins.
His eyes go wide and he goes, noise muffins. No, that'll make your teeth vibrate. I can't do that. But
Is that
vibrating teeth.
Is that like the opposite of what is the a souffle?
Souffle. I could make
It
the
only
best
rises when it's
souffle.
really loud.
It only stays during the sounds of loudness. I'll call it the battle souffle. And he's down in the kitchen now. You have lost him.
Cirrus will then turn to the party. It was half a joke and half wondering if he would actually pull something off.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yep. So, hey, Ix,
Mm,
you want to go to the beach?
sure.
Okay.
Excellent. Wait, this means I probably can't research.
You also have to report in.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
Darren.
that's why we've got a terminal.
Yeah.
Reporting
I mean-
in has never been easier.
Yes, but I
we're-
need to
we're at-
directly report in.
Yeah, we're at the place.
Oh, fair enough. Cirrus, after thinking about it for a second, actually pulls out the doubloon and says, I actually probably could do some research.
Darren would have to do paperwork for you to do research here, but you could.
No, no, no. The way Cirrus does research tends not to involve so many books.
Oh, right, that. Because I think I gave you out of character the full details, didn't I?
No, I don't think you gave me out of character the full details. You gave me in character a bunch of partial details, a lot of which involve bodies of water.
Yes. Yep, and you've got one of the largest bodies of water that is above the mist. So it sounds like we got two parties that are going to the beach, another party that is going to the beach, but for other reasons. Hey Darren, you're gonna have to go ahead and get rooms for you guys in the tavern, unless you're gonna stay at the ship. But that might be a bad idea.
No, we are not staying at the ship, because that means Ix's father is staying at the ship. So, yes, he's going to have to get rooms at the tavern. Oh, no, I don't need... Don't zoom out.
You have the option of staying in the barracks for free, you know.
I mean, yes, Darren can, the rest of them cannot.
No.
So, yeah, he'll have to deal with rooms for everybody else.
How many rooms do you want to get for everybody else? And are you going to try and get your discount?
Yes, I will try and get my discount. And 3 rooms. 1 for Ix and Minuet, for obvious reasons. 1 for Cirrus, 1 for Ix's dad.
All right, and you're okay doing the paperwork, right?
Yeah, he's used to it.
You were in the right area for that.
Yup.
It'll only be 2 silver a night.
Oh, well, that's not too bad. That's like a gold and a half.
No, it's not, because you're getting your discount. Because you're filling out the proper paperwork and giving it to the right people, which you know how to do, thankfully.
He's just going to preemptively tip the tavern people by making it 2 gold, just in case.
Oh, good. They look familiar, like a certain person around here. Or at least one of them does. Sean has a lot of kids.
Oh.
Yeah, I figured that's where this was going.
It's not entirely Sean's fault.
Technically, his first kid or set of kids was an oopsie. Technically, the second set of kids was absolutely his fault.
Darren adjusting his glasses on the way back to the preserve with everyone. Well, I hope you all enjoy the beach. I, meanwhile, have work to do.
I actually should probably take a stop by my asthma mask shop at some point.
Oh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Your modifications would be made here, wouldn't they?
Well, also it's more a kind of just to make sure that things are okay. Want to get a mask for Navnik.
Darren's brow furrows. Because of course he has Inkwell with him. He's not going to just leave Inkwell on the ship. That would be mean. But, like, he looks at Inkwell, then looks at Minuet, and looks at the shield.
The shield goes...
Does it even need to breathe?
Well, I mean, respiration. What? Fucking Navnik. Anyways, yeah. So, any sort of respiration or locomotion, I'm pretty sure is a thing that could be detrimentally affected by miasma. So I'm wanting to at least see about getting some shielding of some sort that would work, which might be crazy.
Sounds very on brand for you.
Yeah.
Well, if they give you a hard time, which seems unlikely given your reputation around here, let me know.
Okay.
You did this. You did this. Y'all did this. I have to live with this. I have to do this.
You say like you don't enjoy it.
I imagine that he's just fucking um doing it to be a shitter at the moment.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, yeah.
What did you expect? Here's a fun prank you can do. Have you figured out its giggle yet?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Keep on making that face, Beerus, and it'll stick on your face forever. So you got two going to the beach. One that's going to go ahead and report in, and we'll get to the reporting here in a moment. I need more water. Holy crap, I'm out.
Oh no.
How about you guys take a few moments to open roleplay a little bit while I go and get a little bit more water here really quickly, and then we'll hop into serious experimentation time. Ba, ba, ba.
Huzzah!
How many things can they break? Burp, go ahead and open roleplay a little bit. Or sit there silently. That works too.
Oh no.
I'm
Well,
catching up on notes.
I was scratching my ear.
I mean, Minuet's off shopping, Darren's off rangering.
I mean, we can speak in the interim. We can assume that we have some
Yeah.
time while we're traveling.
Fair enough.
And yeah, it's a case of I'm just gonna stop by a shop real quick to inquire about things. And then I'll be heading to the beach with y'all, if that's okay.
I mean, the beach was your idea. Well, the okayness of it is like, hey, I'm gonna go to the store. Okay, we'll come too. Okay, cool. Is it alright if I come along with you guys?
So, I believe I asked this before, but can any of you swim?
Never had the opportunity to learn. So if you see a bunch of splashing,
I can kind of swim a little bit.
Darren just puts his hands on his hips, looking at y'all disapprovingly. Not even the basics.
Minuet shifts into fox form and kind of does the picking his front paws up and doing the like mimicking of dog paddle.
Looks at Ixodras. Are you even intending to get wet?
Possibly.
how much water did you see while we were at my hometown?
None. But most places don't have large bodies of water. And in a place like Fecundopolis, you're unlikely to even see many puddles unless it pours.
Plenty of rich people have pools, but I wasn't.
Oh, yes. That luxury made with magic. He says this with absolute disdain and like raises his hands up and wiggles his fingers.
Remind Ian to never buy a pool.
It's not the same as this. Darren gestures toward the preserve and the lake.
No, I'm not saying it is. I'm saying that that would be probably the only place I could possibly have learned. And I didn't.
Really? You didn't even break into anywhere that had a pool? Wait, maybe I'm mixing up something I remember Minuet doing.
Minuet form shifts back into Kitsune form. No, I don't think I ever did anything like that.
The bluff is unneeded here.
Darren
Okay.
slowly narrows his eyes in a squint as he tries to remember.
I can neither confirm nor deny that I've ever broken into a place with a pool, but if I would, I certainly wouldn't try going for a swim because that would be a surefire way to, drip water all over the place, letting someone know someone had been there.
39.
There's no way Darren could even get to that with his sense motive.
No.
Hold on a
Has
second,
he
I just wanted
has
to-
has anyone ever broken into a place with the pool? Well, I guess technically he tried and failed. Rich
Oh.
people have good security, man. Y'all didn't start at
Alright.
level, high.
What was that for?
Sense motive, I think. Cirrus is rolling one.
Oh,
What did you get, 39?
Uh-huh.
Wow, even Cirrus believes you.
Wow.
right. No. You got caught and thrown out.
Hmm.
That being said, are you planning on staying at the beach for most of today?
Yeah, aside from the one little trip to the mask shop.
Very well. That will give me a good place to find you all.
Okay.
Actually, we have quite a bit of time.
Mhm.
Maybe tomorrow. I'll see how much paperwork that might take. Darren steeples his fingers and has this pleased smile on his face.
Wait, what?
Nothing to worry
explain.
about.
Hmm.
Just want to show you somewhere that not everybody gets to see.
Okay.
Of course, this hinges on the fact that my boss doesn't chew my head off.
Hmm. Oh, because of giving Sean thing? Because that's probably going to have to be in your report, isn't it?
Darren gets a bit of a look. Right. I'm going to
Oh,
have to
also-
report that.
And also the whole fact that that area is probably what should be a no-go zone now with the temple thing.
Oh, no, that was going to be my main report.
Mhm.
I'm just thinking how I'm going to tell my boss that we have just given one of the best smiths in the entirety of the skies a smithing artifact.
We found something that appeared to be a blacksmith table. So we gave it to the best blacksmith we know to see what he could do with it.
There are other blacksmiths out there. It's just a lot of them use pre-cut. Sean doesn't.
Yep, and that's why we consider Sean better.
Well, a
Also,
lot
his
of people do.
family, kind
Getting there.
of.
Do you really want to be related to Sean?
I mean,
Considering what you've told us, there's already a statistically high likelihood we are.
Honestly, being family with Sean's a good thing because he will literally murder somebody for you the moment you're family.
oh,
Oh,
You're worried about your grandfather? No, you're not. Well, you probably should be, but Sean might have things for devils.
Considering what he is always coming to the door with and shooting off into the sky, I wouldn't be surprised. Also, I'm now just imagining Sean as Vin Diesel.
Sean went to college with 15 kids at home in the city for 6 years to get a degree. He gonna use it. So, let's go ahead and start with Cirrus. You all go to the beach, and just to describe this particular beach, because I'm sure that Darren would actually be kind enough to tell you where the beach is for those that actually live here, correct?
Yes.
When you guys get there, you actually see several children playing. Swimming, running around the water, and this might be a little bit of a shocker to you guys, considering, large bodies of water are kind of terrifying to those that have never seen them before, and there's like 2. And they're here. And there's just unsupervised children out here that swim probably better than you guys will ever. There are some adults around, but for the most part, it seems fairly quiet except for screaming children, which... Does it really bother you to see children playing and having a good time?
No.
Good. A little annoying, but... Hey, Cirrus.
Yes.
So you're going to experiment.
Yes. Step 1 will be to sleeve of many garments up a bathing suit.
You sleeve up a garment of bathing suit.
And Cirrus is going to proceed to is Darren here with us right now? Or has he already departed?
Darren has departed. He's got work to do.
Okay. So if you see a bunch of splashing, do your best to try and come save me.
There's a kid walking around that's holding one of those floaties that you see lifeguards with, made out of wood. Because you'll be saved by a child, and that's funny to me.
Well, that was more directed at the party, but...
I know, but I find this funny, so it's happening now. Wow, this whole world's a meme, and I'm an asshole.
This is fun.
What's the funniest thing I can do here? Throws in the campaign. Cannon!
Great. Great.
What do you do, Cirrus?
Well, I mean, naturally, since though adopted, I'm apparently the child of a god now, I'm going to do the most obvious thing. She's going to hold the coin and she's going to try to walk on water.
Let me check my document and how that works. Google Docs. Google Docs. I said internet land. I have way too many files in this folder, holy gods. Oh, I forgot that existed. It's been a long time since I've actually had to open this document, so give me a moment. I'm sorry.
No problem.
There it is. Items for people. I got... My Google Docs has so many files. Let's see. It's the Gambler's Fallacy Dice. That's not what I want. I don't want that. There it is. Okay. So you got the ability that's 3 times a day, correct? He makes everybody flat-footed by the sound when you flick it onto a wooden object.
It was that it gave them a... I thought it was a... We've been working with it gives them a -2 to basically everything.
Yes, that is correct. I'm just trying to remember how many times a day.
Yeah. 1.
1? Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure, because I wanted to make sure I'm not crossing wires here. Yeah, you walk in water. It will last for your level and cleric minutes.
Wow.
It's once a day. It does have one other hidden ability, and I'm just going to give it to you so that way it's brevity sakes. You get airwalk for 5 minutes a day, as long as you're over a body of water or in rain. Does anybody want to guess the god that created this particular artifact now?
Rise.
Mm-hmm.
Orissa, however the pronunciation is.
I believe it's
I
Rise.
thought I was told something about it allowing me to breathe underwater too.
Yes, that's its last effect. Breathe underwater for 5 minutes, once a day. But if it's raining out or you're over a body of water, you get walk in air.
Neat.
This is why I keep telling people they should look into their items, because it has a bunch of shit.
Unfortunately, Darren hasn't been able to do that a ton.
I think
I
Derek
mean,
got most of his...
Yeah,
aside from a tub, this is the closest thing to a body of water Cirrus has encountered to test these things with.
I think you guys got all your big things, actually, except for... No, I think even Ixodras has now.
Yeah, because Darren has give me strength and bring down the axe.
Yep, you have the giant damage dealing things. Let me check yours here really quickly.
I know that mine, I've got the charisma song and the drunk song.
Yes, you got those two. The only reason why... Oh, right. The only reason why I put extra on Cirrus's is because it's restricted by water being around.
Which is not exactly the most common thing in this world.
Nope. So, apologies if it's a little uneven, but... Water? Question mark?
Yeah, it's...
Fucking 7th level?
Yes.
That's the level that control weather is?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
a
it's
7th level
disgusting.
spell? I thought for sure I have 5th level spells. Surely I could whistle up a rain cloud by now. No!
No.
The
So-
druids can.
So here's the thing. I think if Darren would have gone pure Scald, he would have been able to do that by now. Or sorry, pure Bard, and hadn't changed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think druids do. Druids get it way earlier. I think they get it at 5th level.
No, they get...
No, it's 7th for them too.
Really?
Yeah, it's, the, control, error or whatever is... You can make, like, a hurricane, but you can't make it rain.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Can't you just create water until there's a body of water sufficient enough to airwalk?
It would take forever.
Yeah, it would take
I
several
guess
gallons and be contained.
Yeah, I can, per round, I can make myself, what is my cleric level? 9? I think I'm 9 levels of cleric. I can make 18 gallons of water a round.
Congratulations, you can fill a small pool.
Yes,
You
at
could
that point I can
10 feet.
fill a kiddie pool. Or a bathtub.
I made sure it's not cheesable, don't worry. But it's highly restricted by the setting. Hence why I was like, I'm just going to give it extra shit.
Now, Era, I need to remind you, one of the first things to know as a DM, never underestimate your player's ability to do completely nonsensical dumb shit that somehow works.
I don't, but I'm going to balance based on the setting still. Because I could just make it not rain ever.
Yeah.
If I get upset, I can break shit. I am also your god. So, Cirrus is going to be having fun until she's not, and she has to be saved by a child.
Oh no.
Because I want that to happen, because it's that funny to me. I mean, the spell wears off, she drops in, and oh shit.
Oh no, I mean, the spell wears off, she drops in, then she's fine for the next 5 minutes.
Oh, the breathing, water breathing.
Yep. Bear in mind, these things are once a day. So, we're going to go ahead and move on to Darren. Hey, Darren, you go to your head office, correct?
Yep.
And you walk into your door, and your boss is behind the counter today. She's got her feet up. She's filing her nails, which is very terrifying for some reason.
Oh, the sound of metal on metal,
No, it's
like
it's the
blade
normal
sharpening
thing, but
sounds.
it's one of those things where you don't think she needs to file them any more than she already has, but God, they look sharp. You don't know why she's behind the counter. This was a random rolled event, by the way. Thank the dice.
Oh
Oh
no.
no. Oh no.
Darren raises an eye ridge as he approaches.
She looks up and goes, I believe your paperwork is in order, correct?
It is, insofar as it is in order.
She pulls her feet down, stands up, and goes, okay, give me. Oh, wait. Is that how she says it? I don't know how she says it. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I'm just going to take this and put it in a stack in the back for when she's not sick. Or whoever I decide to punish next. Whichever happens first.
Oh. She's ill today. My condolences. As Darren hands over the stack of paperwork.
She looks at it. She looks at you. She looks at it. She looks at you. She goes, you have a story to tell me, don't you?
I do, if you would hear it. Though given your current occupation, I don't know if you have time.
Do you want Fred to take your story?
I feel like out of character, I feel like I should know this Fred.
I'm leaving it to you to make it up from here.
There's a pause as Darren thinks about this. Mostly because he hasn't interacted with Fred in a while.
This is the DM forcing improv.
He makes a face. Because he remembers a Fred. He puts his hands together and just sort of gestures, leaning a bit to the side as he looks at his boss. Is this the Fred that I punched in the face? Or am I forgetting someone?
No, this is the Fred that you tried to punch in the face and then went whining to the upper and ups.
No, thank you.
The Fred that you punched in the face has been decommissioned. He broke his leg. Off. Completely.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, the plant traps are kind of nasty down there.
Ooga.
Well,
Guys, I can do an Aang impersonation.
Oh.
A 4th level spell I have, Globe of Tranquil Water.
Right. I suppose I'll pull up a chair, shall I?
Yeah, nobody wants to hand in their paperwork. They keep on leaving. She brings it back. Then she'll come back out. She'll set down a cup and she'll pour 2 shots of whiskey. Then she'll take both shots and then she'll offer you a shot of whiskey as well as herself. She'll put her feet up and she'll be like, so how angry do I need to be here? Oh, that sound. She'll go ahead and take the shot of whiskey. She'll sit up. And then do that whole hand on the desk thing. For somebody that got free promotion to 3, even though he didn't deserve it, I'm interested. Yes, I'm bad about that. No, I can't do anything about that. Don't worry, big toothy grin.
You do realize when you say not to worry, it immediately makes people worry, right?
Don't worry.
You're lucky I'm me.
Yes. Yes, I am. Because you're actually really good at what you do. But I'm still going to be angry. Because I gotta keep you all in shape, right? On your toes. Otherwise, how are you gonna take my job one day? Please, please, please do not let Fred take my job one day.
And here I was so looking forward to being a teacher, he says with some amount of sarcasm.
Oh, so you want me to arrange that now?
No, thank you. I still have work to do.
Uh-huh. Talk.
As you wish. Simply put, the place that I went to is a no-go zone now. The threat there is real enough and passive enough when not provoked that there is no reason for us to continue. What's the word for it? Traipsing about the ruin, especially considering it is now half collapsed.
So I was told that it was already weak in the foundations. Anything worth reporting that's actually interesting past it's a old decapitated building? Well, that decapitated, that means it has no head.
To be
Degraded,
fair, the building does not have a head.
Dilapidated. Whatever word you want to use, she wavers.
Let's see. Off the top of my head, it used to be a sacred place. Though whatever divine magic used to be there is twisted now. We were lucky enough not to trigger any sort of undead.
How'd the exterminators get away with being there then? Understood.
Likely, they left before there could be a problem.
Well, considering the idiot they sent.
Yes, well. What surprises me is that a great deal of flashfire grass used to be in the area, but it burned itself out, and it
No.
doesn't look like it was going to return by the time we were there.
That might actually be worth investigating, no-go zone or not.
Thankfully, you won't need to enter the ruin for that. However, I might have a theory.
And
The
that is?
construct that guards that place, it drips wax. Or at the very least, an oil of some sort.
Uh-huh.
Darren is going to pull out the vial and very carefully place it on the desk. Do not get that on yourself.
Do I look stupid? Don't answer that question. She's gonna take the vial.
From what I can surmise, it is vaguely infectious. Not necessarily initially dangerous.
Does this have anything to do with the grease in the other report?
Yes. That
Understandable.
is the same substance.
There's a certain blacksmith we have that's all up in arms about this stuff's existence. Knowing it's dangerous will probably bring him some level of peace.
Creating more of it would be ill-advised. Particularly because whatever process was used to make it, or at least whatever process the automata has to make it, causes it to change living matter. Based on some of the reports, which you can read if you so wish, it appears as though at one point the military installation was using weapon after weapon that was made of high quality using that oil. But in turn, people began to experience a disease. Not necessarily one that hindered them, but it did turn their skin golden where they touched the weapons and the oil. One can surmise that in order to make more oil, you must convert something into it.
Oh, Philosopher's Stone nonsense. Got it.
Magic doesn't like making something from nothing, after all.
Unless you're a god, but we don't talk about them. Understood. She will actually sit back and be like, alright, good work. I will hand you a thing when you're done telling me, because I have a feeling you have more to tell me.
Depends on how much you're interested in the personal history of the place.
Not that part. Something very magical came near the islands, and I have a feeling I know where it came from now.
Indeed. The automata was forged using what could tentatively be described as an artifact at the moment.
And this artifact is where?
It is currently in possession of the greatest smith in the skies.
You didn't.
We did. It is the safest person and place to keep it.
You did not give that to him.
I did. Well, we did.
Well, I have work ahead of me. Why?
Again, it is the safest person and place for it to be in the skies. Not to mention, when he passes, not if, as much as some people may claim he's going to live forever, the druids will likely dispose of it in some manner.
Oh, that the druids are the problem here because they already know about the magic thing and they asked who I. Alright. Well, I've got to make reports now. Do me a favor, would you, dearie? She
Yes,
stands up. She pulls out the chair. She points. Sit.
I knew I wasn't going to get to do anything today. And he
Honey.
gets up and moves into the chair.
She puts a hand on your shoulder and goes, "You're doing a good job. You're impressing people." She leans in. "You're creating a lot of work for me."
Unintentionally. Darren has a very slight smile tugging at the corners of his mouth.
I'm going to go and report that this has been turned over to him. And when I get back, you get to deliver the letter that Sean needs to talk to the Council of the Druids, if so they talk about it, and you get to join him. Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Why did you not report it first? You have an hour to come up with an answer. Because it better be good. Then she stands up and she's going to start walking out.
I can guarantee that 0% of Cirrus's reasons would be good ideas by their reckoning.
So Darren is going to ponder this, and he's going to wait a good 5 minutes after she's walked out, and then he's going to lean back in the chair and do a very un-Darren-like thing and kick up his feet on the desk for all of a minute before sitting back in a proper position because he doesn't like doing that. Well, she's going to yell at me either way.
By the way, you know all those people that she said wouldn't turn in the reports? Guess who's turning in the reports now?
Oh, so you're swamped.
Yep.
100% rolled. Do you want to know what the roll in the dice was?
What?
A 2.
Worst possible thing to happen to him.
Seriously, in Cirrus's case, it's legitimately, honestly, I just want to see what the fuck he can make with it.
It is. I would like to take a small break, though, because I am out of water again because I'm drinking a lot of water. It's not, champagne because my roommate bought champagne because I might be in the process of buying a house and stuff like that. That's really nice. Ugh. But how about we take a small break so everybody can stretch, get water, take care of yourselves because you should. And I will go get more water.
Okay.
It has a whole lot less mass to it than I thought it would.
That sounds so bad, and I'm just gonna walk away.
What
Do you guys
the
want
hell? Oh, the timeout bubble.
Whoa, what the fuck?
I was in the process of flicking it.
Oh. Alright, I'm gonna go get more water. Everybody stand up and stretch. That's DM order. Oh,
Okay.
I'm gonna hide my thing.
I'm mostly glad I've gotten to use the timeout button.
Yeah. So yeah, I gather Ix is gonna get dragged to a mask shop and then to the beach, if that's okay.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back from getting up and doing the little bit of stretch. I thought we already went. No, we already have been to beach.
Yeah, you've been to the beach. But yeah, Minuet and Ix are gonna go, like, do the relaxing
Go
on the
back to the
beach
beach
thing.
again.
Yeah, or rather, well, yeah, I guess, kind of, or something. Because yeah,
I haven't covered the mask shop yet.
yeah.
So I just had a very fantastic idea.
Oh.
I'm gonna own a house, and I can do whatever I want with the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the first time in my life, I'm gonna be able to just do whatever the hell I want. Do you know what I'm gonna need in my office, just that way I don't have to get up all the time?
Hmm?
I need a mini fridge.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I've got a mini fridge. Mini fridges are great.
Not to be like my parents, but
Also, they're very low energy cost in comparison to a full size fridge.
there. But just having a little mini fridge with and water in it right next to my desk would actually
Water and maybe occasionally chilled snacks.
Yeah. And there is the mini fridges, and then there's the mini fridges with an actual freezer on top.
be. It could share the outlet with Tesla's tank. Either rate, sorry, random thoughts. Being a new homeowner has opened up a lot of possibilities, like choosing colors for walls and the realization that I can paint the walls whatever color I want, and the fanatic freaking out that I get to choose my own carpeting.
Yep.
I've been doing a lot of shopping. I'm going to be very broke, so if y'all want to give me money, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't give me money. I'll be okay. All right. So, hey, Minuet and X. There isn't a mask shop. There is a designated mask vendor, or not necessarily a vendor, maker, within one of the buildings here in the Rangers section of the area. It is something that it seems like probably a handful of people work at all the time because Rangers and some of them are very stupid.
Mhm. Okay. Well, we're gonna go and talk to people there.
When you walk in, it looks more like a workshop than than a store. You see areas where it looks like they've got a done orders thing, and then it looks like you've got new masks coming in another section and paperwork. It does actually have three people scurrying about. One of them is a kitsune. One of them is a dwarf, and the third one, Sean has a lot of damn kids.
Oh. Well, Minuet will kind of just wait around for a little bit and kind of hope that they get a little unbusy to actually talk to him.
The problem is that it doesn't seem like that's going to stop. It looks like you're going to have to interrupt one of them because they're just going at it.
In that case, Minuet will do the clearing his throat and be like, hello? I need to, acquire a mask for my, uh, familiar.
The three of them go ahead and do rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Roll me a d4.
Okay, D4. 3.
The wolfkin dragonkin hybrid's going to walk up. And he goes,
Hi.
all right. What am I doing for you?
My, familiar here, and he'll, pull out his shield. I kind of want to see about getting him a mask or something.
He taps the shield and goes, transform you. And he goes, don't give me lip, I'm busy.
Hey, Navnik, if you do the thing, I'll give you a snack. And then Minuet will pull out some brass scrap.
It still goes, and you feel the shield's bindings go limp. And then it changes and he goes, Ranger or not a Ranger? I'm only asking because you don't look like a Ranger.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, I mean, Darren is a Ranger, but I mean, yeah.
Did he give you paperwork?
No, he didn't. This was just kind of a spur of the moment thing.
Rolls his eyes. Okay.
Also, the making a bite modification would probably be the thing to do. Hi, I'm the one that designed that.
They quirk a brow and go, oh, so you know my dad.
Actually, he's working on our ship at the moment.
What did you give my dad?
A crafting table.
All right, let me get the paperwork. Hold on. Just turns around, hands you some paperwork, and goes, okay, so this is the family and friends discount, because if I don't, I have a feeling my dad will yell at me. Well, he's not going to yell at me. He's never yelled once in his life at me. But, somebody will yell at me. The dwarf goes, that would be me! He goes, shut up, Bill. Gods. All right.
But anyways,
I need you to
thanks.
sign here. I need you to fill out the reason why you need it. The familiar is, I'll take measurements if you're willing to go with me. Don't give me lip. I understand you. Yeah, fuck you too. All right.
Wait. What?
Look, my dad's weird. I got. Don't ask. Just don't.
Okay. Well, yeah, Navnik, he's good. You can go with him.
You're coming
and
with
don't
me.
play any pranks on him.
It falls. Does the equivalent of falling completely limp and hits the floor. He goes, good. This will make it easier. Yeah, fuck you too. Sign here. This is new technology. That's the waiver to letting you know that this is new technology and you're an outsider. Therefore, I have to make you sign this for legal purposes, even though you're the creator of this. And then I need you to sign here. And then this is the disclosure that you understand that you're buying from the Rangers Guild and that we do charge a premium for these things. And this is proprietary, so if you try to replicate it, even though you're the creator...
Yeah, I understand how it works. Like, both, in what you're talking about and also you understand what I mean, but...
This is the disclosure that says that technically we will serve Rangers first, but I'm just going to get yours done because I guess you're friends with You brought Dad something, and I'm gonna be in trouble for it somehow.
Nah, it's probably fine. Hopefully.
That scares the crap out of me. You have no idea how many. Whatever, not my problem. I'm an adult, right? Love my dad. We got into so much trouble as a kid. And when I say we, I mean he joined us. But
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So, I mean, I know that being construct friend here, he theoretically should be okay in the mist, but I want to make sure.
what I'm probably going to do, he's going to pick him up, and you hear the angry ticking from the limp dragon. He goes, the air intakes seem to be here and here and here. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to create something that is a filter here, and then he can turn into a shield. And he pokes the little dragon a bunch of times, and he goes, I learned this in college, watch this. And then suddenly he pops into a shield, and he makes more angry ticking noises. He says, shut up. Actually, this is how I learned. Air intakes are here, here, and here. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably just going to make filter inserts that go into these spots. Like filters in a tube. And hopefully not annoy this one too much. Angry ticking noises. I said too much. You're going to deal with it. Tick, 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 tick. You're a danger otherwise. Tick, 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 tick. Yeah, I know it's going to be uncomfortable. Tick, 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 tick. I think you can live with it.
Yeah, I'd rather not have Shield Friend suddenly become a monster in Biasma and stuff.
He starts moving the shield around. It's making more angry ticking noises. And he goes, no, this one wouldn't. 8 years of college. Trust me, I can recognize it. This one has a proxy soul.
Oh yeah, you mean yeah, there behind that plate there's a crystal. If that's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if he ever does become corrupt, just toss it. Put in a new one and he'll be fine. His brain is here, and you get a lot of angry ticking. And then when it or you die, its soul will be officially formed and given to it in the afterlife. And even more angry ticking. It's an interesting piece. Look, working with the Rangers and knowing my dad, I've run into a lot of strange things. So, artifacts aren't exactly unusual to cross here. And they do die.
I hope this one doesn't, though, because he's kind of...
Oh, he's a baby. Tick, 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 thonk. Precious baby. Tick!
Yeah, you know the crafting table I was talking about?
Don't tell me, I don't want to hear.
Okay, yeah. In that case, yeah. That's fine.
Don't worry, I'll take care of your precious baby. Tick!
Yeah. Thanks.
By the way, he's threatening to fight me right now, and I totally will. I am my father's child. So if he comes back a little dinged up, I make no promises.
I mean, I've got mending, so it's fine. Y'all just...
Your construct changed back into a dragon. It gives you the baby eyes. The big ones.
I mean, he started it.
Yeah, it's what she said.
Don't start fights you can't win.
Flails. He goes, don't worry. I got this one.
But yeah, our boat is at your dad's shop. I think Darren got us some rooms. But me and Ix here are going to have a day at the beach.
Oh, have fun. The one with the red shirt is the lifeguard.
Good to know.
Okay.
Yep. If you start to drown, don't grab on to anybody, please.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm not sure if we were even gonna do much swimming, but
It's worth mentioning. I
okay.
know you're outsiders. It's okay. When you come back, I'll have you sign a couple more disclosures. I will have this done probably by the end of the week. Tick! Yes, I know you want to be with Dad. It's fine. Angry Tick! I've got a lot of nieces and nephews, and I was this shitty, trust me.
Oh.
My father's child. My other father's a saint. I don't know how this happened. You guys go have fun. I'm gonna get back to work before my boss gets angry at me. I'm already angry! Shut up, I'll kick your ass. Alright.
Okay, well, y'all have fun. And yeah. Thanks. And Minuet will turn to head out.
Ixadrass will follow. Because thankfully she's like she's the one person without essentially a companion creature weapon at this point.
Tick, tick, tick. He wants a kiss before you go.
Aww. Okay.
A little smooch in the forehead and you can go.
Yeah, just then head pat.
Because he is baby. I have decided he is baby, and therefore it shall be. What am I doing to myself? I have to roleplay this shit.
But it's so cute.
Just hold shield like burger.
Do you know how much your shield would hate that now? Because I've decided it would hate that. It would give you such a look.
But it's
Well,
not gonna
don't
do
be
anything about
burger
it.
shaped, idiot.
I knew you were waiting to use that one.
Oh, the disappointment in the air. I can taste it.
Just like a burger.
Shield. Ah. Okay. So we got some people enjoying their time at the beach. Hey, Cirrus,
Yes.
you watch the person in red with the end up saving somebody at one point in time. Well, not really saving. Somebody just panics.
Oh.
But you guys are enjoying a lovely afternoon at the beach. I'm not sure you guys want to do anything specific or not before I go back to Darren.
I don't think there's anything specific we had.
Yeah, just
No,
gonna
I mean
hang
the
out at the
specific
beach.
things Cirrus needed to do have been specifically done.
Fantastic.
Also, the specific image has been specifically shown on my specific stream.
Oh no.
Oh, is it? Let me see
Oh, is
here.
it burger?
Yep. That's the tweet. That's the tweet.
Ooh, McDonald's or Taco Bell? I want McDonald's tonight.
Also accurate. Cat, what are you doing?
Oh, it's... Yep. Okay. Ah, shit,
Bored.
that's my meds alarm. I forgot about that.
Go
Go
do
take
the
your
meds.
It'll give me the chance to actually stretch. I've been catching up on notes.
Okay. I'll just tell my roommate what I want in person then. I'm
Okay.
totally bent over. I'm being magic or something.
Cat, what are you doing?
Sorry.
What is the cat doing?
Like rolling around on the floor and wrapping around my fucking leg and then freaking out and then doing it again.
That's what I wanted McDonald's to tell you because it's getting out.
Okay then, cat.
I'll just tell you in text.
Now, she's purring very loud. I can hear her over the stream.
Big Mac,
Wonderful.
barbecue, McDonald's. Fries.
She is comfy.
Medium.
And now she's rolling around on my sock.
This cat, chat. This cat right here.
Are you linking the picture?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, she's
Now I
about
have to
4
link a
months old,
picture.
chat.
Shit. I hope you guys didn't hear my roommate.
It's small cat.
It was very distant. I'm not sure anyone was actually.
I really hope not.
Okay.
He mad at me right now.
Oh no.
What'd you do?
He was busy.
Oh.
Let me grab the link for... By the way, for my stream and for YouTube Land. The picture was the Bowser Jr. being held by, or like Burger image. Where's the cat image? Which room?
It's in general.
Is
Also,
it?
hey, ours.
Ours Day.
Hi.
Hi, ours.
Wait, your birthday was yesterday. Well, happy belated
Yeah.
birthday. I actually
Two
saying
of my
happy
friends
birthday.
have back-to-back birthdays.
Nice. Also, ours, are y'all doing a poker roll thing tonight? Because yeah. Nice.
They are nice. So here's the image of the cat. Enjoy the image of the cat. The cat won't stay. All right, I gave you the good blank with the footies.
Yeah. It's Viv burritoed constantly in it. It's great.
Yes, Viv lives in a state of burrito in this blanket since the moment I gave it to him. It was a pretty blanket too.
Yeah.
Right. Enjoy the cat picture because it's going away in 3, 2, 1.
A rare look at actual Viv.
A rare, adorable picture of Viv because adorable.
I'll fucking shank you.
Well, happy belated birthday to you as well, Lionheart.
Happy belated birth.
Borif.
Borf.
I'm gonna look for your stream anyways because I said so. Ours, duck. We can get away with getting with Viv. You might not be able to avoid the bitings that will happen.
Oh, ours. Not enough gold on that cat for it to be me, to be fair.
That is also true. Not enough anger in the face either.
Yeah, I don't think that cat has an angry bone in its body.
It's adorable.
Not that I've noticed, except for when it's hissing at the other cats, and even then I think it's more like, please just stay on the other side of the room.
Are we
Aw.
sure it's not you, Viv? Okay. One way or the other, you guys are enjoying a nice, relaxing afternoon. Yes, I took my meds.
Look, cat me would be, you're approaching me, and then it would immediately fucking attack.
I would still hug the crap out of you, Viv. Deal with it.
Immediate attack.
Still would hug. One way or the other, you guys are enjoying a nice, relaxing afternoon at the beach. One of the very few beaches here. Unless you go to the Kahaka Islands where there's a bunch of manufactured beaches. For rich people. Or the pirates. Same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Darren,
I mean, that's
go ahead.
I said. I mean, that's how the people over there potentially get rich. Being pirates.
Yeah, that's one of the ways. Kahaka is an interesting place. It's one half criminals that made enough money to escape here and live a good life, and it's rich people who come that vacation here.
White collar criminals.
Yep, pretty much. Hey, Darren.
Yep.
Your boss comes back an hour later. The room clears out. Obviously. You've had enough paperwork, by the way, to just file for certain things that happen tomorrow if you want them to. The stamp is right there. You could just do it yourself. You know how to.
Oh, yeah. If Darren finds the time between all the other paperwork, he will.
You can. You can just make people wait.
True, but getting things handled promptly.
Yeah, but they're not done right half the time.
Oh, if something is done wrong enough, he'll just hand it back and tell them to do it right.
Exactly. So you will have the time because that's 99% of it.
He will give the disapproving librarian glare over his glasses when he has to.
Your boss is going to come in, though. The room clears out. She pulls the chair out from underneath you, expecting you to stand up when she grabs it.
He does.
She goes, It's optional if you go. She doesn't look happy. She doesn't look sad. She doesn't look anything. She just looks like she had a talking to. And she doesn't seem to. You don't know of any situation you've ever seen this woman having had a talking to. Yet. She goes, "You will not be delivering Sean his letter."
Darren looks at her strangely. This is not what he was expecting for her to come back and do.
I don't want to hear it. She pushes you out of the way, sits down, puts her feet up. You're dismissed.
Very well. Are you all right, Captain?
She looks at me and goes, "I'm not sure what just happened, to be frank with you."
Sounds like how I felt when I got promoted to rank 3.
You and your crew, attendance is optional. This wasn't a question. This wasn't my decision. You brought an artifact to the island, I was told. And they're okay with it. And this terrifies me. I can't order you to go. I can't be upset. When the druids speak, I listen. And that is the end of it. I don't know if you fucked up or not, to put it bluntly.
That sounds about right, if I'm going to be honest. Is there anything I might do for you before I go, Captain?
I have a bottle of whiskey that the druids gave me. Do you want to know how terrified I am? No, you don't.
I have theories, but I failed to give voice to them for good reason.
Smart man, get the hell out of my sight. Go do your job. I can at
Thank
least
you.
still say that.
Of course, Captain. And Darren will put his hands behind his back and turn on his heel and leave.
The moment you hit the door, he goes, "You're a pain in my ass."
With every intention to continue being so.
Good, now get the fuck out of here.
Darren cracks a smile as he leaves.
Asshole. Tell those pussies to closes the door. You
Hey,
see
Viv, if you'll
all... Go ahead.
Viv, if you want to take a look over at your stream during this, I made you as a Pokemon.
On.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Made of salt, shark fins, and likes to suplex things. That's me.
Well, my
Sorry for being a
co-streamer
distraction.
is screwing about. Hey, Darren, you get the lovely joy of meeting them all at the thing. Do you want to read the letter before you go?
Oh, I thought I didn't have to bring the letter.
You don't, but you were handed a letter. For you.
Oh! Sure.
You and your crew are kindly invited to attend tonight's fire. Attendance is optional.
Ooh,
The
I'd say
Hampton
we go.
Preserve.
Oh, that's not ominous at all. Since it's faster, Darren is actually going to fly his ass over to the beach.
Yep, you remember the beach. It's now that it's a little bit in the afternoon, all the younger rangers have made it out their way out here. You know which ones are lifeguards.
Uh-huh. I feel like it's going to be mildly intimidating for a rank 3 to be there.
Not really. There's more adults as well. People are getting off of work.
I get the feeling that a place of recreation like the beach, it would be neutral ground. Your rank doesn't matter as much.
Fair enough. I more so mean a rank 3 that is technically in uniform.
Oh,
Yeah, you're probably going to get some looks, but nobody's going to say shit because for all they know, you're about to strip naked.
He could, but he won't.
It's happened, unfortunately.
To be fair, he probably looks like he will.
Y'all are on the beach, having a beach day. I'm assuming y'all have donned some sort of undies, or in Sirius's case, beachwear.
Minuet and Ix have swimwear from their spa day.
Correct.
Oh, right, you do. So you're all in swimwear, which is unusual here. Most people are just wearing, what they got.
Uh-huh.
You see a few people just wearing literal pants.
Darren refuses to change. He's not getting in the water.
Darren.
But yeah, I'd gather that it'd be plausible for when Darren shows up for at least Minuet to be like doing the laying out in the sun thing.
Yeah, it's helping with those cramps that you're getting.
Oh no.
Don't know me. I don't even know what gender Minuet is right now.
Female.
So she's having cramps.
Yep.
You need to correct me when I say he during the recaps. Then
it's fine.
I don't think
because
cares.
both are applicable.
Minuet don't care. Minuet is agender at this point.
Pretty much.
Or gender fluid. That's the proper term.
I was going to say, I don't think they're agender. I think they are the gender.
What is your gender?
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds like Minuet.
Omnigender.
Though for Ixaddress, it's more what's that something what's in your pants
Doom.
Destruction or whatever.
No, it's Doom.
Yeah.
Darren, the floor is yours before the doom continues. What's in my pants more than you can handle?
Darren walks over to his companions. He looks out over the lake just to make sure nobody is drowning at the moment.
Nah, the people in red got it.
Well then, you all look like you're having a decent time.
It's great.
I just so happen to put in paperwork for something tomorrow. So hopefully you have a clear schedule.
I mean, for a week-ish?
There you go, it's a ship posting.
That said, our presence is requested tonight. He sort of holds out the letter for Minuet, at least.
Oh. I'm cool with going to the bonfire. Yeah.
Also, there's a cat on my desk now.
I am sharing memes in other channels. And here is
I feel like that describes, like, me in general. Not just like half of the characters that I made.
If you want to see this meme, it's in my Discord channel, which should be linked.
And I tossed it in Tiago's also.
Why am I not part of your Discord, by the way?
Gosh darn it.
Why the fuck aren't you part of my Discord?
I don't fucking know.
I mean,
You
to be
forgot.
fair, most people have a bajillion Discords, so it's kind of hard to.
I'm in the FF14 Discord.
Oh, the FC company?
Yeah.
Yeah. I too am in that one, to the surprise of nobody.
Oh no, it's like we're part of a guild or something, even though I'm not currently playing the game because I need my
The
sanity.
burnout is real. The burnout is real sometimes.
I've been wanting to play, and then I get home and I'm too tired to play multiplayer games. So
Yeah, I've been having that issue a lot, but then I touched Elden Ring again, which official stance. The makers of Elden Ring looked at all good game design ideas ever made
And threw them out.
and pissed on them and said we hate our players and presented a game and I like it, and I'm very, very disappointed in myself the fact that I actually like the game, because it's not a
it's
nice
suffering
game.
in a can.
It's not a good game, but it makes me happy and it makes me mad that I like it.
I mean, that's my stance on 11 to some extent, in that it's suffering in a can.
See,
this is why
I opened 11, tried to play it, and then said no.
Yep.
I will take one game that disrespects me, and it turns out to be Elden Ring. And surprisingly, it's not Mario Maker 2. The world gets one, and no stream. You do not want to watch me play it because I cuss so much.
I mean, I think that it would be a great idea. A great idea.
Mara, you think everything's a great idea?
Yeah.
If within the early days of the internet, I want to be the guy told us anything, it's that there is just a market for video game based CBT.
No, Elden Ring is a terrible game and I like it. Do not call it a fucking great game in my chat. Damn it, Beers. It is not a great game. It is a
great game.
Bad game. It is a terribly made piece of shit game that is there to torture you. And I like it.
And before anyone in chat asks, no, I won't be playing it.
Gosh,
I have gotten good, and that's the problem, Beers. Go to your corner.
Y'all, stop derailing with Elden Ring.
Okay, sorry.
We can rant about Elden Ring while we're playing Elden Ring.
Don't make me play Elden on stream. They'll hear how bad I am.
No, we aren't going to do it on
Jeez.
stream. I meant in private.
Okay, good. Okay. So, yes, you read it. You're excited. Are you going to... Ha! Your box missed. Ha! Are you guys going to explain this to the rest of the party?
I mean, yeah, Darren was going to present the letter to everyone else when they're present.
Yeah.
So Ixaddress was going to be next.
Yeah, so Minuet will offer the letter over to Ix so she can read it. I mean, I'm cool with us going.
Sure.
This seems kind of ominous.
It is incredibly ominous, and I am 100% here for it.
I mean, typically ominous things don't have attendance being optional.
Yeah, that's the weird thing.
So it's optionally ominous.
Yeah, no, it's a case of usually when something this big happens, it's a you are going to the bonfire. If I recall correctly, right, Darren?
Yes, it's very strange, and I feel compelled to go, at least in part, because, full disclosure, my boss did not yell at me when she came back.
Wait, The
But
knoll?
she's probably weirded out as we are. Or more.
I'm not sure quite how to feel about this, and it reminds me of when I got promoted to rank 3 suddenly.
Oh. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, let's go.
Very well.
But Cirrus is around here somewhere, right?
Theirs is
Cirrus.
probably with you by now.
Yeah, Cirrus was the one who chimed in saying that traps don't usually say that attendance is optional.
Yes. So
I need to make a new trap. Not in this game. That was my insane laughter for the night. Move on.
that is actually
Right?
yeah.
Just sending somebody invitation to party. Invitation or attendance is optional.
Attendance is optional. Yeah. I like it. I like it.
Oh, it's just the right amount of mean. Okay, moving on. Thanks for the trap idea, Cirrus.
Gosh.
Very welcome, question mark.
Yeah.
My characters tend to take things way too literally. If you say attendance is optional, they might not show up.
That's fine as long as somebody does. If not, they'll send you an invite a month later. Sooner or later, you'll feel the social pressure of social obligation.
That's so evil.
Oh my god, it is. Moving on, before I continue this evil tangent.
So, Darren is going to fold his arms. He's going to stand there, by the way. He hasn't sat down or anything or made himself comfortable. Was there anything else you wish to do today, or is this it?
Well, I already went to the workshop for the masks. And yeah, they did paperwork and stuff, and yeah, that's where Navnik is at the moment. Also, apparently, one of Sean's kids can speak construct, kind of.
That somehow doesn't surprise me. If you gave me a few days and Navnik, I might be able to decipher it.
Well, I mean, he's busy, or they're busy. We haven't discussed the concept of gender yet.
I feel as though there's some sort of sarcastic and very mean joke I could be saying here, but I'm not exactly sure what.
Oh, that's fine. But yeah, they're at the workshop. Yeah. I hope they don't actually get in a fight. But if they do, yeah, mending might be a thing, maybe. It'll be okay though. Anyways, yeah, so I say we go to the thing.
Alright, well, that won't be for a while. I suppose I should make myself comfortable.
Yeah.
Darren takes Servette and sets them down on the beach.
It goes towards the water, touches the water, freaks out, and comes back.
Perhaps the ink-based creature should not be entering the water.
Yes.
I'm just imagining, just goes across the sand, happy as can be, pokes the water, just flail noodling their way back.
Yep.
Yeah, with the noises you made, I assume they were Zoidberging their way back.
It was a thing because they're made out of ink, so maybe a combination thereof. They're going to return to being a tattoo. Unless Darren gets anywhere near the water, then they're going to stop being a tattoo and then cling to whoever's closer.
I mean, so Darren is being really awkward about this. He doesn't even undress or anything, and he ends up just sort of sitting down and flipping through the book.
The man that
There.
basically wears no shirt and an open face jacket is uncomfortable taking off more.
Yep. Darren, we're on the beach.
And
You should do the less clothing thing.
I'm gonna let you guys open roleplay. Give me 1 second in the background. I gotta do an email thing.
Darren looks at himself, then looks at Minuet and Ixtras and Cirrus. But what if I'm comfortable like this?
That Sarah simply shrugs.
I mean, sure, I guess you can do the thing, but eh.
In spite of the
You're-
fact I can swim, this isn't exactly my day. It's yours. I'm still in work mode.
Oh, well,
Well,
Eh.
go unwork mode.
Yeah.
Not going to happen. Not until after tomorrow. He sighs, looks down at the book, shuts the book, opens the book, shuts the book.
Isn't your, like, deity gonna be like, stop messing with the binding or something, probably?
I suppose.
Just relax.
Darren
Minuet will,
furrows his
like,
brow,
go
inhales
over
deeply, holds it for way too long, exhales.
Yeah, Minuet will go over and, like, just grab Darren's face with both hands and be like, relax.
I can't. Flops backward. I don't know why I can't.
Well, then just sit there and enjoy the sun.
Actually,
I'm finding it particularly difficult to enjoy myself at the moment.
it might be the fact that you're still kind of halfway beaten up.
Oh. I completely forgot that my everything hurts.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Hey, Cirrus, do the thing.
Cirrus will do the thing.
Oh, that wasn't what was getting to me.
Regardless, you just yield, looks like 16 points. Oh wait, is it 66 or 5d6?
It is yes.
Well, if it's the same as my sneak attack dice. Wait, no, it's you've got better sneak attack dice than I do.
Oh no, it's
Exactly,
5d6. So yeah, you heal 16.
Okay. No, it's not the pain.
Well, then what is it?
Minuet, you realize that I have a very difficult time describing my feelings, right?
Yeah, well, get at it then.
Darren is silent for about a full minute as he collects the words.
Ixadrass is going to flop over and just fucking do the cat in the sunbeam thing.
Minuet will continue, like, staring at Darren while, like, gently petting Ixadrass.
Oh. It's like I want to do something, but I don't have the energy for it. Even though I'm not tired, I don't want to sleep.
Well, what do you want to
And
do?
that's the problem. I don't know. And it feels as though my heart is being twisted at the moment.
Sorry about the
Hmm.
long away from me. My roommate locked himself out of the apartment.
Oh dear.
So I had to go save him.
So, Darren, we do have wild things to do in Sudan. We could brainstorm ideas with that while we're relaxing here.
I would appreciate that.
Yeah,
I,
that might help you relax a little.
a distraction from this would be welcome.
Okay, so um, we're gonna go with the our initial concept, right? With the um, kitsune, the vampires and stuff, right?
As far as I'm aware.
Okay.
Do fill me in on these.
Yeah, it's the we discussed it briefly a while back. But yeah, the the ancestor that I summoned up that one time, that was
Yeah.
yes. Because I'm a shitter like this, he is going to get involved in this story. So, yes, is the protagonist of this story. And I'm thinking, play on words, the antagonist of the story is no.
Might be silly enough that it raises some eyebrows.
Yes, but given the audience, it shouldn't provide much of an issue. If
Yeah,
anything,
yeah,
it'll enrapture them more.
yeah, it's weebs. And, and people that are, yeah, that have fallen for kitsune tricks already.
I have an idea on how to expand this idea a little. But
Oh,
unfortunately, it requires tricking people who are a little bit smarter.
I mean, we have the full backing of the Rogues Guild.
I hate the fact that I've made weebs a thing in my game.
So, put your idea out there, Cirrus.
Okay, so here's an idea that's been running through my head. You serve the god of trickery,
Huh?
god of mischief, the
Well, I
god
mean,
of fuck around, and I'm not even bothering to stick around to find out.
I one yeah, it's kind of weird being like a relative of a deity, but also serving another deity. But yes,
So you know what's boring as fuck and predictable as fuck?
what's that?
Routine jobs.
Uh huh.
You know what I would think would bore your deity to tears?
What's that?
The dreary life of working in a power plant all day, every
Uh huh.
day.
Uh huh.
Seems like the kind of thing that your deity would get so bored with. They definitely fuck around with stuff just to make anything interesting happen.
Do
So, what if there was
explain.
some sort of ceremony to, spice things up for a day or two to make this deity not, break random bits of machinery that cause massive amounts of downtime?
Hmm, okay.
Are you aware of the concept of a feast of fools?
Kind of.
Oh, by the gods.
Vaguely. Why do I feel like this is going in a very strange direction?
Because it's going in a very strange direction.
To explain.
A day like that celebrates the workers and, puts them high above all.
Uh-huh.
Turns everything on its head because that's exactly what would amuse a god of chaos to do.
Uh-huh.
And thus the god of chaos is appeased and doesn't continue to fuck with the machinery.
Okay.
On a related note, do you think you'd be able to get into that power plant and fuck with the machinery?
Of course.
Ow. I hope you heard that because ow.
What did you just do?
I face palmed that hard. It hurt.
Ow.
I wear
Yeah,
glasses
basically,
too.
just saying this out of character. Sirius's plan is have Minuet sneak in there, break stuff, cause stuff to malfunction, and then start rumors that there is a, New Eden festival to appease the kami or whatever. So they stop being fucking machine gremlins, and then all of the workers get out of the power plant for a day to celebrate and feast, eat, drink, and during that day we make our move.
I mean, this is a concept we could potentially work with. What do you think, Darren?
I could certainly work with that. If we still want to work the angle of your relative into that, we could make it part of the festival. A presentation. Yes. A play. Something to entertain the spirits.
Or, I mean, they are spirits.
An event that
So
happens only
potentially.
every 100 years.
Yeah. They are spirits. So,
Also,
hmm.
I like parts where I get to cheat.
Oh?
Just in case anyone decides to do any sort of, I don't know, truth detecting spells on this and all that.
Uh-huh.
I, out, am not a Pokemon. I, as High Priestess of Erebane, declare this an official holiday. This is a real holiday.
Do you even have the vested power to do that?
I mean, technically, probably.
The worst part is she does.
Great, so we have a holiday that only occurs once every century, tied to a god that most people have forgotten.
But he is a god that is all about settling spirits and such by
Food and drink.
well, tangentially.
I mean, it's a nicer way of saying consuming the evil spirits.
Yeah.
Also, more than a little bit of a fan of kicking the establishment in the shin and doing something nice for the little guy.
Uh-huh.
I hate this out of character. In character, I can't stop it.
Yeah, so I'm thinking this will work potentially.
That's okay. That's segues. I can work with this player or out of character, out of game. Hey viewers, I think I can work with this. God's help me though. Look at these guys. I'm totally not eating on stream. I'm totally a professional.
It's
Insert evil
It's fine.
cackling here.
Look, I wanted McDonald's. I didn't want McDonald's until my roommate mentioned it and then locked himself out for it. So I'm eating McDonald's. I'm not eating on stream.
it's fine. But yeah, so a feast for the spirits. Potentially little offerings outside of everybody's doors. Um and trickery and madness in the streets for a night. And we have just the group that would love to participate in the trickery and madness. And the people that are important, the innocent people, will be safely in their houses.
And, after all, what's a festival without ending the thing with some fireworks?
Yeah.
Oh dear God, there's going to be a holiday.
Oh, no, I'm not speaking of literal fireworks in this case.
No, there's going to be a legitimate holiday after this. That's going to have to be entered in the fucking official calendar for this game. You guys have started with, we're going to save the soul nice and quietly too. We're going to take a paradox that doesn't want to be a deity and turn him into a deity. And we're going to take a god and totally play trick a bunch of people. And they're going to figure it out, but afterwards. And we're going to make sure there's fireworks and feasting and shit. And we're all going to make a mess of the situation. And it's going to be the Christian Christmas.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Except for workers. Because there's now going to be Worker Appreciation Day, except extra. You guys have created a mess. Okay, let's see how this goes. Cool. Hey chat, come kill me. What have I allowed to happen? When did I lose control of this game?
When you started it.
Yeah. Oh cool, I'm dead. This makes life easier.
I'm sorry.
No sorries. Alright. And it's on the map, okay?
That wasn't even a scheme. That was just noticing it looked like a fucking dinosaur.
Case in point, done.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But anyways, Minuet will just look back to Darren and be like, so can you work with this?
Simple
believe
called
I
it a
can.
Phoenix Wright scheme.
Bari will be all over this as a god, I can tell you that already. And I hate saying that out loud.
So, Verdi is also all over this, but mostly because he wants to see the mechanics of how this is going to go down.
Yes,
Yeah, but-
he wants to see how this happens.
But yeah, you're probably going to get like research assistants and like fucking reference materials for different holidays and whatever else. Yeah, just
A
saying.
dummy's guide on how to create a holiday.
Oh gosh. Oh, did Very get that at some point?
Okay, between the group, tell me, are there any gods that aren't up for this nonsense? What I thought.
Well, probably Jobberjocks.
You think Jobberjocks isn't entirely on board for something like this?
He's lawful good, not lawful stupid.
Like, yeah, fucking holiday for people.
Ow!
Sure, he's all for it because the holiday itself isn't bad.
And technically,
Hold on.
it would become
Hold up.
effectively a.
We just lost sound on my side.
Oh dear.
Is sound back?
Let me see.
Apparently Twitch had a schism.
I'm not hearing sound yet.
Alright, this is not a mic issue. Alright, what the fuck?
Just reboot the stream.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. I just end stream and re-begin, right?